I'm not thinking about championship or anything like that. I just think about enjoying the driving as much as I can, and try to do my best, trying to improve, raise the bar, and then we'll see where we end up. But definitely I really want to enjoy as much as possible every weekend, and I want to leave the weekend and say I did everything I could. So that's what I'm going to do.
I've looked over championships in the past. I don't think there's ever been a season where the winner hasn't had some form of bad luck. At one point, even Lando last year broke down in Zandvoort, disqualified in Vegas. Other drivers in other seasons, Max in 2021, his tyre blew out in Azerbaijan. There's always something at some point that goes against you as a driver. I've had it once or twice already this season. Maybe that's the last of it, and it all swings around, but there's plenty of opportunity remaining, and I'm just feeling good that I ticked every box possible in Canada, and I did everything I could have, and if I continue like that, what to play for.
I love the team. I think that's pretty obvious from the outside. It's been 8 years with the Formula 1 team, 10 years with Ferrari as a whole. They've been one of the first people to believe in me and to help me to get to where I am today. And I believe in the project most of all. I think with Fred we have a very, very good relationship, and I strongly believe that he's the person that will be able to bring Ferrari back to the top. It's been a good start of the season, obviously not as good as what we will want, because we want to target the World Championship, but there's been a lot of innovation on the car, and I think in terms of, we know where we are lacking, and that's probably more the engine side. We've got a plan coming up, and hopefully it will help us to get back to where we want to be. But why? It's because I love this team and because I believe in the project, and for these two reasons, that's why we continue together.
I think it's a lot different this whole year in terms of compared to last year. A lot of things, a lot of pawns have moved, managed to move a lot of things on the chessboard and reposition myself. I think within the team we're working really well together. I've got the right engineer that I need now. I think engineers now that I need. They're doing a great job, and I feel like I've obviously had input into this year's car, and it's moving in the direction that I particularly like. So these things take time, and I'm grateful that we are where we are, but we've got a lot of work to go forward. I think it's not a given that we're going to be competitive everywhere we go.
My dream was to be in F1 in the beginning, was to be with McLaren. I don't think at any point I ever thought I'd be the driver in McLaren with the most race starts for them. That's a pretty awesome stat to think of. To be honest, normally I hate stats in general, and I hate when people say them, but this is one that I'm just proud of for sure. It's not like a performance stat, it's just more like a general one, and that's something, to see my name alongside so many greats. I know one championship is pretty amazing, but a lot of others and a lot of the people that everyone knows and remembers achieved a lot more, and I certainly want to get to the level that they did. But for my name to be amongst some incredible drivers in the past is an amazing thing. For me to play a small part in helping McLaren go from where they were a few years ago, which is where no one wants to see McLaren, to where we are now, has been an incredible journey that I've been very lucky to be part of. So. I'm a lucky boy, and I'll be here for many more years at the same time, trying to keep McLaren in the position that they are now, which is winning constructors championships, winning championships for drivers, and I know how lucky I've been to be part of that journey, and I hope that it continues for many more years.
Very, very cool to be a part of. Obviously it's a pretty impressive milestone for the team, and it's a special thing for me to look back at and go, I was one of the race winners for McLaren, and hopefully there's still plenty more to add. So it's been cool to reflect on that a bit today, and obviously this weekend with all the cool stuff we're going on. So very, very proud to be part of it.
You want to improve in every area. We want more grip, you want more power, you want better braking efficiency. You want the tires to operate in a better window. So in that sense, you want to be better everywhere. I think looking at Montreal, we were definitely lacking in the straight, but also in the corners. I think the ride, or in general on the bumps, we were not, let's say, not the best. And of course, high-speed corners in other places. Now, of course, here there are no high-speed corners, but normally that has not been our biggest strength yet.
We've worked really hard with the guys. We spotted and we see what's not really working the way we'd like, and how it should in a way. So we're planning to test a few things here to make sure we get this right and get the full performance out of the package. So another guy's been working really hard since Canada. We got a couple of ideas, and looking forward and excited for the weekend.
Canada was tough. We were coming into the weekend expecting a nice step with the upgrade that we had. At the end, we've seen the step that we were expecting, but probably the characteristics of the car became a bit more challenging. Not probably, definitely. So we've needed a lot of laps to understand it well, and that's what we had in Canada. On top of that, we managed to have a good result at the end, so I'm quite happy with that. However, we've had this kind of week off now to really understand it, understand what situations the car likes, what window we need to put it in, and hopefully this weekend we can have a more performant car.
Things sort of fell into place for us in Canada a little bit with obviously some of the cars retiring in front of us, but we made the most of it, and I think in general it's been a good year. It's obviously hard getting used to these new cars, but we're getting a handle of things.
It's been a strong couple of weekends, and personally feeling much better after the break before Miami and after I've been to Argentina to a road show. It's all been feeling much more together and much more connected, and the car has been consistent. I've been feeling good in the seat, and I've been feeling good with the team, and I think the most important part is that we've been delivering consistently every session, and that was tricky. Sprint weekends are very difficult now. Monaco is a very tough one, but from now on I do know all the tracks, and that's also a very big help. So personally, I am feeling much more confident and just a bit more comfortable in general now with the team, with the car. I'm feeling in a good place with the setup and with the engineers, and just looking forward to the next couple of races. Very happy to be back in Europe. I think it's one of my favorite parts of the year, and to be close to home, it's always a bit better. And just happy to start. Monaco is a special track as well, a very difficult one, but we are gonna try to make the most out of it.
I think there are tracks you're in tune with, some others you're not. It seems like Monaco, I have a very good feeling. I know this track more than my bedroom at home. It's just it's something I've studied my whole life, watching on boards around this track, practicing on the sim, and it becomes natural. I have a very good feeling with it, and hopefully it shows this weekend.
There was not going to be any winning in Williams until at least 28, 29, 30. It is true that we just been through a pretty big bump in the road to recovery. I'm committed to try and help the team get out of this bump and do the best we can to recover. And I just want to be winning in Formula One. That's my main message to my management, that I wanna win in Formula One, and at the same time try to help Williams to get back to the top.
I'm just really excited to drive this track. Obviously it's very iconic. It's a major part of the Formula One season. I've seen many Formula One races from the sofa at home here in Monaco, so to get the experience to drive it myself is extremely exciting. It's one of the first races this year that I actually know. It's only a second of the first 6 that I'll actually have been to before, which is quite nice. I think it'll just be a really fun weekend.
First of all, we need to say that they have done an amazing job on putting the car where we are now, in the sense like we are fighting for top 10s, and it's not said that could happen in the first year of a team that brings a power unit and a completely new car, and then fighting for points, fighting for good positions in qualifying. It's already an amazing thing. Obviously, we start in Australia with a very good and strong result, going to Q3, P9 in the race, and then I think all the expectations went quite high. But now we are building up and trying to, put our baseline in a good place, and I think we have been able to do that.
I don't think Canada was a great race for us. I think we've performed better in some of the tracks. I think it's a completely different philosophy and technicality here in Monaco. There's a lot less on the engine side as well, a lot more low-speed corners. It's going to be very interesting to see, how we perform and if the car can give, more towards this track. And my gut feel is that it will. It will be much better here than it was in the previous races. So I'm excited to see what it's actually going to be in reality.
If you look at Melbourne, we were most probably closer towards the Cadillac and the Aston than we are now. I think now we're right at the fringes. I think in race pace around Montreal, we were actually competitive, maybe only behind the Alpines. So we are making steps forward. I think that we bought a good upgrade package a couple of races ago. And as we know, with the weight, we've just been chipping away at it every race pretty much. So it is coming off, but there's still some more to do.
Well, it's been a week, obviously 1 week off. The usual Monaco preps and obviously a few bits and bobs, Monaco specific, items and updates for here. And the rest, it's still very much work in progress. We obviously have plenty of work to do on the reliability side, but also on the performance side. So just, keeping our head down and focusing to trying to improve the package and to bring performance.
We're still facing issues, and consistency when it comes to performance, car build and all these things. But it's kind of expected, as a new team. But yeah, still behind the scenes, we see improvements and we just keep working. That's what I'm here for. That's why we are here for, is to improve, get closer, and another opportunity this weekend. This kind of race weekends can create great opportunities. So looking forward to it.
It's a really good mood in the team. Internally we are really optimistic about this weekend. We see this as our biggest chance in the short term, obviously. And let's see, I think if we are able to have a good Friday, will give us a lot of hope for qualifying.
Until we have the upgrades, it's going to be challenging for us every week. So we just need to be patient and do our best in these weekends and wait for the upgrades to come.
You never know. Monaco, as you said, is one-off. It's a special place, and maybe the car performance and the engine performance is a little bit less important. So maybe we are a little bit closer to the target of being in the points one day, and Monaco maybe brings that chance. So yeah, we will see tomorrow in the practice.